Now then, YouTube, I hope you're all well. I've had a beard trim and a haircut. So behind me is a 1950s Series 1. I touched on it. It's been an extremely long and drawn out project, which I feel terrible about. The guy who owns it did say to me, you know, sort of there's no rush, and I explained to him it'd have to be a bit of an as and when, but it's going on too long. So today we're finally getting around to working on it. I'm currently smoking some 4 Noggins Lord Methley's blend. Still smoking the Bruno. There's something been niggling me about this Lord Methley's, because on holiday I really did enjoy it, but now seems to be have a funny taste. Same pipe, not smoked anything other than Lord Methley's in it even. Tried cleaning it, tried all sorts, same batch of tobacco. I can't get to the bottom of it. So today I've gone back to basics. Pipes, it's had about 3 or 4 bowls since it's been a deep clean with pipe cleaner and everything. So really it should be on song, but it's still not. So I've gone back to basics, dried the tobacco till it's right, and packed it 3-pinch method, but I'm still not getting the flavour out of it. I don't know whether it's me that's changed or what, I don't know. If you guys have had any problems, you have to let me know. So anyway, so we've got this 1950 Series 1. It's an Australian import. A lot of Series 1s have been getting imported from Australia, simply because they're coming from a hotter, warmer climate, so they're in better fettle, rust-wise. But these guys in the bush have usually been quite hard on them, so although they're not rotten, they usually have other issues like the chassis have been smashed to bits, have been altered, things like that. Which brings me to, I know this old girl looks like she's not had any time spent on it yet, but I assure you she has. So it was subjected to quite a nasty crude engine conversion, upon which they put the Ford Zephyr in, the 6-pot Ford Zephyr. So this cross member was in the way, so we've had to put a new cross member in, which is a off-the-shelf item. They literally just cut that there and did away with it and didn't put anything in. Oh no, I think there was a piece of tube from one to the other. So we've cut that out, put that back to original. The dumb irons was rotten, and so that the axle didn't hit the sump, they put big extension pieces on here. So we've got put new dumb iron legs on, spliced them in here, and brackets welded round to make 2 nice new legs. And I think you'll agree that once that's all been painted up, chassis front to back, you'll never know it's been any different. We'll talk about the engine conversion in a minute. That's the exhaust what we've made up. Again, we'll talk about that in a minute. Going around to the back of the Land Rover, both sides of the cross member was bent there, and also rotten, but you can't buy replacement Series 1 cross members, I don't believe, I might be wrong. So we've cut plates out, I can't remember exactly now, but basically we've cut sections out, let them in, fully butt welded them round, flushed them off so you can't tell. Now the guy is, rightly so I believe, keeping the Land Rover's patina, but making it really nice and sound mechanically. Lurking beneath here is an intercooler, which I've modified. It had an outlet and an inlet on each end, facing backwards. I've cut that off and put it on the side to gain easier access. Now this is the 2.5 litre 200 TDI out of a Discovery, which we've made fit. We've fitted the Discovery radiator in here, piped all that up. We've altered the inner wing, which was cobbled up, by the way, to allow for the turbo. I can show you that from the other side. We're going to mount the airbox either there or there. We haven't decided. So basically, it's getting there. There's the box that you can't really see, fabricated up and riveted in, just to finish that inner wing off. So there's also a nice period fairy winch to go on it. You know, it's going to be a really nice thing. Today I'm going to be finishing attacking the brakes and wheel bearings. Which is a job that's been hanging over us for a while. So once we've got the brakes done, we've got the air cleaner to sort out, battery to position, get it running. So not too much, and the winch to fit. So the main thing is, let's get these brakes working and get her running. Once she's running, there's not much left to do, and because the guy's going to do the wiring himself for the lights, etc. We've just got to literally wire it up on a button so we can drive it on his trailer, and we're going to go from there. Right, so I've rattled on enough. I hope some of you guys are scratching your heads as to what's wrong with my pipe and tobacco, so I can fix it. And I'll get this on the ramp and we'll show you what it looks like from underneath and what we've done underneath, and go from there. See you soon. Right, well, we've got the Land Rover up on the ramp. That's the cross member in there. These are all just tack bolted. We're not having square nuts on. It's just we run out of ordinary plain nuts, and when you keep taking something to bits, it's better to put these on rather than nylox, so you can keep undoing them and nipping them up with your fingers. That's a repair that we did a while ago. It was just get this That's a repair we did a while ago. Here, there's a big hole. New gearbox cross member. It's not actually fully welded in, it's tacked there, and I believe it's just got a runner weld on each end, so it's easily cut off if it's in the wrong place. I'm fairly certain it's in the right place. This other cross member above here was rotten, so we've put a new bottom in it. It was all bent and battered, so that's looking quite tidy. We follow it to the back. See, everything's quite tight. There's a 6mm gap there, well, just enough to get your finger under, so a bit more. But you know, we're squeezing a big engine and everything in a little vehicle, and that's how the exhaust currently finishes. The customer wanted all the silencers in so it could be as quiet as possible, so we managed not to get them all in, but this big silencer, so it should have more of a standard sound. He didn't want a, you know, terrible loud noise. This will need just addressing, but as you can see, it's getting there. I mean, this exhaust, we have to flip the silencer, you know, not one piece of that exhaust is anything like a 6-cylinder exhaust. So that's how she looks. A little bit rusty, but you know, it's a lot of years old, and it's 70 years old at least, and you know, she's seen some action, she's been in Outback, you name it. It'll be really nice. It's in really good condition, I believe, for its age. I mean, look at its chassis legs, perfect. So it'll be a really nice little Land Rover when it's done. I believe that's where it's come from, in Australia. So I'll get these wheels off. I'll familiarise myself with where we're at with it, and I'll catch you in a moment. Me again, several weeks on. First of all, just apologise for the noise in the background, but I just thought I'd give you a quick update on the progress of the Series 1, although it's only a split second for you guys, many weeks of work here. So this is the TDI in, this is the airbox mounted. I thought it was the best place. I discussed with John, who owns it, that's where he liked it, so we put it in there. We've had to alter this bracket, which I believe is to adjust the angle of the bulkhead. If you look down there, struggling to see, let me just get a touch. We've cut the cast manifold and re-welded it, which is for the exhaust. That's part of the conversion. We've fitted, I think it's a Mark 1 Golf pulley to the alternator, because we're not using any power steering, which had to be slightly modified. So did the bracket for the alternator. We've gone for copper fuel lines. That's the feed coming up there, sorry, and that's the return coming up the wing somewhere there. Then we've obviously put rubber fuel hoses on, set the accelerator up on a rod, which is the standard accelerator. mounted fuel filter in the original place through one of the original holes. Standard oil coolant end of the rad. Obviously the rad's in. Made this bracket up. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself with some things I've previously said. Like I say, it's been that long, hopefully I'll be able to edit most of it out. Water tank, we've got to make a bracket for that. That's going to sit there where it is. Looking from underneath, that's the clutch and brake line. This is the master cylinder that we've mocked up so that we can use the Series 3 gearbox with the Series 1 pedals, because I should be able to show you as I operate the clutch pedal. That's pressing the master cylinder there. Rear brake line. Rear brake lines on the back of the axle. Just two little brackets there. If you're watching, John, that's how I altered the clearance on them brackets. Got good clearance on exhaust all the way around, including on the manifold. This is a modified 6-cylinder exhaust. It's the end to finish. So that's the progress. Oh, and I suppose the best to hear it running. I only want to run it for a few seconds because there's no water in, but here goes. I apologise, I've disconnected the power on that wing up there. As you can see, it starts up instantly. Sounds a little bit rattly, but that's all this stuff. So there you go, that's it running. This is the ignition loom, done with self-amalgamating tape. We've left this original wiring in. That's for John to sort out because he'll be doing the light. So finally some progress, and until next time, keep it lit.